The new 11th edition 40K Codex release date roadmap predictions.
Spiky Bits.
Welcome back, Hobby Maniacs. I'm Rob Bear from SpikyBits.com, and today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about 11th edition 40K and what I think we're going to see for the Codex release lineup, because, well, there's a lot of rumors out there already about the starter set and things like that, and I was just kind of curious for myself, like, what would the optimum roadmap be for codexes? Because, you know, as we see things come out towards the end of the edition, generally we don't see them until like the middle of the next edition. So I went back to 8th edition and I used our articles roadmaps and I plugged them all in, and I basically was like, okay, so if this looked like this the next edition and this looked like this the next edition, then where does that leave us based on 10th edition? Because, you know, things that came out early probably won't come out again until the start of the next cycle. And the things that come out late probably won't come out till the mid. And the things that were early on will probably come out towards the end, and so on and so forth. And what that did was it gave us a really good picture at how Games Workshop likes to put out codexes. Now I say likes because they're doing a lot of things differently now. I don't know, you know, the very distinct lack of previews and things going to Monday articles, which may or may not be written completely by AI. I don't know. A lot of it is a little word salady, and I'm just kind of scratching my head and wondering where the actual humans are looking at this stuff out there. So hopefully we don't see another big slowdown or things like that, and this whole thing follows a predictable pattern that, you know, we can kind of trace back to 2017 till now. So let's jump right into it and kind of break it all down, like what I think we're looking at. And then remember too, we got a handy dandy chart over on the site too that I put everything into a table with, you know, quarters and dates and things. And remember, we're basically looking all the way out to 2029, which is just crazy when you think about it, that all of the books in theory should be out by the end of 2028, and then GW will kind of slow roll that last 6 months into 2029 with some sort of supplemental who's it what's it lore narrative thing. Well, if you've been through a few edition resets, you probably already had a guess at who's leading the charge, but let's break down the full picture, kind of what we're seeing out there as far as rumors go and educated guesses. So obviously the big rumor right now is June 2026 will be the big launch window into July for 11th edition 40K. Now, some folks have said that it's going to be earlier in the spring. I don't necessarily agree with that. That would be pretty unprecedented. So obviously Orks and Space Marines supposedly are kicking off the party again for the starter set coming out for 11th edition, which will kind of mirror the Assault on Blackreach in 2008. And also the second edition box, which technically didn't have a name back in 1993. So from there, you know, that's kind of where our predictions kind of start to take shape. Now we're seeing Chaos Space Marines may hit soon after the meta, you know, the base book, not any of the Legion stuff. And Aldari, again, stepping into things. It seems like overall it kind of goes like Imperium and then like kind of a Xenos release. But by late 2026, supposedly we're looking at Necrons and Astra Militarum. So headed into 2027, that's when things kind of look to be picking up. You got Sisters of Battle, AdMech early in the year, Dark Angels, Blood Angels, and other Marine supplements, well, ones that have their own distinct book, spaced out to kind of keep the loyalists busy. Then you got T-Suns and Death Guard bringing in the warp flavor mid-cycle, along with Grey Knights, Votann, Tau, and Genestealer cults filling in the middle in late year slots in 2027, which kind of makes sense because Votann kind of came out late 9th edition and then late-ish 10th edition, so it would be good to see them in the middle of 11th edition again. And T-Suns and Grey Knights always kind of seem to come out about the same time, I suppose. And Genestealer cults is always just kind of a wild card, I feel like. By the end of 2027, we're looking at Space Wolves, Black Templars, Deathwatch, Chaos Demons, if they even get a book, who knows, World Eaters, and Emperor's Children maybe slide into 2028 early. but maybe we're looking at more Imperial Knights, Chaos Knights, Tyranids, Drakari, and Custodes finishing up the edition's Codex cycle in mid to late 2028. And the structure to me kind of looks pretty familiar. I mean, we don't have, I don't think in the summary I put in Imperial Agents, but they are on our big table over on the website article. Each edition, of course, follows that 3-year cadence. And then we see major updates between every other edition. Basically, you know, hey, you're going to need a whole new rule set. Whereas this, going from 10th to 11th, you're probably not going to need a whole another rule set, and your codexes are probably going to be good stopgaps in the meantime. So what's the takeaway from all this? Well, I mean, obviously start planning now, because between now and then, there's probably not going to be a whole lot of updates besides the balanced status slate and whatever supplement they're trying to push out there to kind of transition us into the new edition. Marines definitely will probably hit the table first, with the Orks not too far behind. So what faction do you think deserves the first 11th edition glow up? Drop your predictions into the comments below and let us know what you think of what's coming next in 11th edition.
Thanks for watching. Supporting us is super easy. Just click on the article links provided, subscribe, or follow us right here. And remember, next time you're searching for the best Warhammer news, type Spiky Bits into Google to get the most accurate info. See you in the next one.